In a world that constantly tells you to think positive, stay productive, and manage your stress, we have forgotten something far deeper: the soul. The mind can be trained, but the soul must be healed. The mind can be distracted, but the soul keeps whispering, softly reminding you that something within still aches, still waits, still longs for peace that no thought can create. Healing your soul is not about changing how you think. It's about remembering who you truly are: a divine being, infinite and whole, merely covered by layers of pain, fear, and illusion. We live in times where the mind is constantly overstimulated by screens, noise, expectations, and endless comparison. The world teaches us how to fix the mind with therapy, motivation, and logic, but rarely how to listen to the quiet voice of the soul. The mind seeks answers, but the soul seeks silence. The mind wants control, but the soul desires surrender. When your soul hurts, no amount of thinking will set you free. You can tell yourself 1,000 affirmations, read 100 books, and still feel empty if you haven't touched the stillness within your heart. True healing begins when you stop fighting your emotions and start feeling them fully. The soul does not heal through suppression. It heals through awareness. The tears you hold back are sacred. They are prayers your soul sends to the divine. Every heartbreak, every loss, every dark night of your life was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to strip away all that is not you. The universe breaks your heart not to punish you, but to open it wider so more light can enter. The pain that you carry is not a curse. It's a doorway to your transformation. You see, the mind will always chase comfort, but the soul yearns for growth. And growth often comes wrapped in pain. That pain you feel is the voice of your soul asking you to return home. The sleepless nights, the restlessness, the feeling of emptiness, they are all signs that your soul is asking for attention. It is asking for love, not solutions. The soul does not want to be analyzed. It wants to be embraced. When you allow yourself to feel what you have been avoiding, you begin to reconnect with your own truth. Healing your soul means forgiving yourself for the times you forgot your worth. It means forgiving others for not knowing how to love you properly. It means releasing the stories that made you believe you are less than divine. It means no longer seeking validation from the world because you have found it within. The soul's healing happens in silence, in stillness, in surrender, not in overthinking, not in trying to fix everything, but in trusting that what broke you is also what will awaken you. The mind says, "I must understand," but the soul says, "I must accept." The mind says, "I am broken," but the soul says, "I am whole." The mind says, "I have lost everything," but the soul whispers, "Nothing real can ever be lost." When you sit quietly and listen, you will hear your soul calling you back to simplicity, back to gratitude, back to love. Healing your soul is returning to the truth that you were never separate from God, from the universe, from the source that created you. You were never abandoned, only distracted. Every storm, every fall, every heartbreak was the divine way of guiding you back to yourself. To heal your soul, you must allow yourself to rest. Not just physical rest, but spiritual rest, where you stop striving and start being, where you stop explaining and start existing, where you stop chasing peace and allow peace to find you. The soul heals in quiet moments. When you sit under the sky and feel the breeze, when you close your eyes and breathe deeply, when you speak kindly to yourself after years of self-criticism, the soul heals through gentleness, not force, through patience, not speed, through surrender, not control. Sometimes, healing your soul means walking away from noise, from toxicity, from the people who drain your light. Sometimes it means standing alone, even when the world doesn't understand your silence. But in that silence, something divine happens. Your soul begins to glow again. You start to remember that you are not your wounds. You are the light that shines through them. You are not your mistakes. You are the wisdom they created. You are not your pain. you are the awareness that holds it tenderly. Healing your soul is not an overnight process. It's a sacred journey that unfolds slowly, one breath at a time. Some days you'll feel like you've healed completely, and the next day the same pain might return, but don't despair. Healing is not linear, it's circular. Every time pain returns, it comes back to be understood at a deeper level. The same wounds you once cursed will one day become your greatest teachers. The soul heals through truth, not through pretending, not through perfection. The truth will set you free, even if it hurts at first. The truth that you deserve love. The truth that you are enough. The truth that everything you've lost was only clearing space for what was always meant for you. The truth that your soul has always known. You are not a body with a soul. You are a soul having a human experience. Your mind may replay the past, but your soul lives in the present. Your mind may fear the future, but your soul already trusts the journey. Your mind seeks answers, but your soul already knows. Healing your soul means reconnecting to that wisdom within you, the eternal, silent knowing that whispers, "You are safe. You are loved. You are light." In this healing, you stop chasing people, outcomes, and validation, because you realize that your worth was never up for debate. You no longer beg for love, because you become love itself. You no longer fear being alone, because you've discovered that solitude is sacred. The more you connect with your soul, the less you need from the world, not because you don't care, but because you have found the source of everything within. The greatest healing happens when you stop identifying with the mind's chaos and start identifying with the soul's peace. The mind says, "I am lost," but the soul says, "You were never lost. You were only learning to see." The moment you start living from your soul instead of your mind, your entire life shifts. You begin to see beauty in pain, lessons in loss, light in darkness. You stop reacting and start understanding. You stop doubting and start trusting. Healing your soul is a sacred rebellion against a world that teaches you to numb yourself. It is the courage to feel again, to hope again, to believe again. It is the art of becoming soft in a world that tries to harden you. It is the choice to stay open, to love even after being hurt, to rise even after falling. Every soul that chooses to heal becomes a light for others. When you heal yourself, you don't just free your own heart, you free generations of pain, cycles of suffering, energies that were waiting for your awareness. Your healing ripples through the universe like waves of grace. That is why your healing matters, not just for you, but for the world. So stop only healing your mind, go deeper. Sit with your soul. Ask it what it needs, what it feels, what it fears. Be patient with it, like you would with a child who has been hurt. Your soul has seen lifetimes of pain, but also holds infinite light. Let that light guide you home. You will know you are healing not when everything is perfect, but when your heart can stay peaceful even amidst imperfection. In the end, healing your soul means remembering that you are love, that you are divine, that you are already whole. It's not something you have to earn, it's something you have to uncover. The mind seeks to add, the soul seeks to let go. And when you let go of guilt, of fear, of the need to control, you become weightless. You start to move through life with grace. You start to see divinity in everything. The smile of a stranger, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of rain, the silence of the stars. You start to feel connected again, to God, to the universe, to yourself. So today, stop only healing your mind. Go deeper. Heal your soul. Sit with your pain and let it speak. Sit with your heart and let it guide you. Sit with your soul and let it remind you who you truly are. Because when your soul heals, your whole world begins to shine. The storms quiet. The confusion fades. The fears dissolve. And what remains is truth, pure, eternal, unshakable truth. You are light. You are love. You are divine. You are free. When you begin to walk the sacred path of healing your soul, you'll notice something beautiful. you start to soften, not in weakness, but in wisdom. You start to understand that life is not happening to you, it's happening for you. Every heartbreak was a teacher. Every ending was a redirection. Every loss was a sacred invitation to rediscover yourself. The soul's journey is not about perfection, it's about awakening. The more you awaken, the more you realize that everything you were searching for outside was quietly waiting within. Your soul has always been whole, only the mind forgot. The soul never loses faith, it only gets covered in layers of pain and fear that make you forget your light. But the moment you turn inward, the moment you start to listen, you begin to peel away those layers, and your true essence begins to shine through again. Healing your soul requires patience. You cannot rush what is sacred. Flowers do not bloom by being forced open. They unfold naturally, in their own divine timing. The same is true for your healing. Some wounds take months to fade, others take years, and some may never fully disappear, but they stop controlling you. They become scars of wisdom, reminders of how strong you were to survive what once tried to break you. In the silence of your healing, you will meet yourself again, not the version the world shaped, but the one your soul remembers. That version of you is gentle, radiant, forgiving, infinite. That is your true self, untouched by trauma, untouched by fear, untouched by time. When you start healing your soul, you will notice that your energy changes. You no longer crave what drains you. You no longer fight for what's not meant for you. You begin to attract peace, not because life becomes easier, but because you become aligned. Your soul begins to guide you instead of your wounded mind. You begin to walk with grace, even through the storm. The universe always mirrors your inner state. When your soul is in pain, the world appears chaotic. But when your soul is at peace, even the chaos starts to look like divine choreography. Everything begins to make sense. The people who left, the dreams that failed, the paths that seemed to collapse, all of them were sacred detours to bring you home to yourself. Healing your soul also means embracing the parts of yourself you once rejected. The shadow, the fear, the anger, they are not your enemies. They are lost fragments of your soul asking to be loved. You cannot heal by denying them. You heal by welcoming them home. Whisper to your pain, "You are safe here." Tell your fears, "I see you." Tell your past, "Thank you for the lessons." When you bring light to your darkness, you no longer fear it. And one day, you'll realize something profound, that the peace you were chasing in the world was never out there. It was always within you, waiting patiently for your return. That's the secret of soul healing. It's not about becoming something new. It's about remembering what you already are. Eternal love, timeless awareness, divine consciousness. The soul does not heal through resistance. It heals through surrender. Surrender is not about giving up. It's about letting go of control and trusting the divine flow of life. When you surrender, miracles begin to unfold. You start to see signs, synchronicities, little winks from the universe reminding you that you are guided, protected, and loved beyond measure. When the soul begins to heal, you no longer look at your past with bitterness. You look at it with compassion. You understand that those who hurt you are also hurting. You understand that the pain was necessary to awaken empathy within you. You realize that forgiveness is not for them. It's for your freedom. Forgiveness cleanses the soul. It releases the energy that has kept you bound to the past. It allows you to move forward with lightness, no longer carrying the heavy stones of resentment. The more you heal your soul, the less you need to prove anything. You stop running. You stop hiding. You stop chasing recognition. You become content in your own presence. You start to love your own company. You become your own peace. That is when you truly begin to live, not from survival, but from serenity. Your mind may plan, but your soul knows. The mind is the surface. The soul is the depth. When you live from the mind, life feels like a struggle. When you live from the soul, life feels like a song. You flow instead of fight. You trust instead of worry. You love instead of fear. Healing the soul is the most sacred work a human can do. Because when one soul heals, the world heals a little more. You become a vessel of light, and everyone who crosses your path feels it. You begin to inspire without trying, to love without reason, to forgive without condition. You become what you were always meant to be, a reflection of the divine. And when your soul is healed, you will see everything differently. The sunrise feels like a blessing. The rain feels like cleansing. The silence feels like a friend. You stop waiting for the next big thing because you realize that this moment, right now, is enough. You are enough. So if you are tired, if you feel broken, if your mind is exhausted from trying to stay strong, stop fighting. Sit quietly. Breathe. Let your tears fall. They are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign that your soul is releasing what no longer serves you. Healing is not about becoming someone new. It's about returning to the truth of who you are. The truth that you are divine. The truth that you are love. The truth that you are infinite. The truth that you are home. Your soul doesn't need fixing. It only needs remembering. The divine never left you. It's within you, pulsing in every heartbeat, shining in every breath. You are the prayer, and you are the answer. You are the question, and you are the truth. So heal your soul, not just your mind. Quiet the noise, and listen to the whispers of eternity. Let love wash over every wound, every shadow, every scar. And when you finally look within, you'll see you were never broken. You were always becoming.